If you're struggling to stay consistent or you feel like your progress has been stalled in cricket, these 3 tips that I'm going to talk about in today's video, I guarantee you they're going to help you get better. If you think you know your game really well, whether you're a batter or a bowler, stick around until the end of today's video and find out if and only if everything that you stand for holds true. Hello. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Akshat Mishra. I'm a renowned cricketer that's been mastering my craft for the past 10 years, and now I'm here to help you level up your cricket journey and help you gain as much experience as you can based on my own experiences. You've clicked on this video for a reason, and today I'm here to tell you 3 essential tips that every cricketer needs to follow and integrate into their routine, going into games, going into training sessions, but just to make them a better cricketer as a whole. Just a quick disclaimer, everything that's been said in today's video is completely based on my own experiences. I've mentioned this a lot of times in my previous videos. Every single cricketer that comes up the ranks, they path their own journey. Not one player that's made it to the top follows a specific blueprint. Every single one of those players that play professional cricket, they've got their own journey, they've got their own experiences, they've got their own path. So in today's video, the 3 essential tips that I'm going to talk about, those are general tips that I feel like everyone could benefit from. So without further ado, let's get straight into tip number 1. Talking about tip number 1, nailing the 1 percenters. If you've played cricket anywhere around the world, you would have come across the term at some point, 1 percenters. What are they? Those are small things that no one notices, and it differentiates you from an average cricketer to a professional. We talk about a couple of examples of nailing the 1 percenters: wearing the appropriate kit or designated training kit to training. Not half-assing it with incorrect shorts or incorrect shirt. Those are what little 1% of things you can think about. Marking, if you're a bowler, marking your run-up before training starts and marking your run-up before warm-up starts on game days. Helping set up cones if you're playing on an open field on game days. Helping pack up the cones after the game. Helping around the kitchen, the canteen, little 1%ers. Picking up your cones after you finish your training drill, your warm-up drills. Just basically being proactive during game days. We talk about in-game scenarios. If you're out fielding, let's just say you're at one of the deep cover, deep square leg, long on, long off. A throw comes either at the keeper's end or the bowler's end. You run at least 20-30 meters, try and back it up, run back. Said all the time in T20 cricket, players do it all the time so that no one exceeds excessive runs and there's no overthrows. Those little 1%ers you need to be on about. We talk about bowling, if you see the batter change directions, being able to change your length at the last minute. Those little 1%ers you can think about and try and implement into your own game. And then if we talk about batting, quietly admiring players that are better than you at training, that is another excellent 1%er you can have, which you can implement into your own game. Quietly admire them, see what they're doing right, find ways to get better at training, spectate what they're doing correctly. I've played with a lot of professionals in the last couple of years and I've seen they go about it excellently. They don't just worry about the flashy stuff and hitting balls all the time. They look after these 1% things, helping the coach out during training or helping whoever is out there helping during game days. They're always there for them. Completing such activities not only builds trust with your teammates, but also earns you that respect in the dressing room and shows your commitment for the demanding yet beautiful sport, cricket. Tip number 2 is going to be mastering your basics. I don't care how talented a player you are, how good of a player you are, and what level of cricket that you play. If your basics aren't right, your game will crack under pressure. What does this look like and what does it mean to different players? If we're talking about a batter, mastering your basics is doing drills, drop ball drills, underarm drills, working your specific shots. If you're struggling with the pull shot, let's just say during the weekend you got bounced out by a quick bowler, being proactive, going straight back to your 1%ers, get in the nets and practice the short balls, practice your pull shot, practice different ways you can come out and then play the short ball. If you're getting nicked off during the games, you're getting nicked off at training, try and identify what is going wrong by going back to your basics. Is my shoulder opening at point of release of the bowler? Is my footwork being stuck? Am I not letting the ball come to me? Am I playing out in front? If it's something out towards the leg side, if you've got a problem with your shot. Is it something based on my temperament? Is it something regarding my patience? How do I better my patience? One of the biggest tips that I like to give people when they talk about practicing patience is getting a big handful of rice on one side, individually taking grains of rice to the other side. Do that a couple of times. It might take you an hour, might take a couple of hours, but it builds patience. Let's talk about bowling. If something isn't feeling right with your action, slow things down, talk to your bowling coach. Find ways to work on your run-up if you've got issues with your run-up. If you've got a landing problem, you've got arm path problems, there's so many different things that you can always come back to and practice. So tip number 2, I highly suggest that every single cricketer should implement is mastering the basics. Then if we talk about tip number 3, that's my pre-game and post-game routine. Pre-game and post-game routines are, if not, one of the most important aspects of a cricketer's journey playing cricket. What is pre-game, post-game routines? Pre-game routine is basically a routine that you conduct before your game starts. And post-game routine is a routine, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Those are routines that you conduct after your game is finished. Typically for me, my pre-game routine looks like the night before. I heavily load up on carbs because high carb and high protein dinner is my number one go-to thing. 24 hours before the game starts, so a day before my game starts, that's when my pre-game routine basically begins. I like to get in at least 2 to 3 liters of water, a lot of electrolytes, and basically try and tick off the hydration side of things and the nutrition side of things very early within my pre-game routine. The day before the game starts, it's mostly heavily based on hydration and nutrition and my sleep. I like to get in at least 8 hours of sleep before the game. Come game day, warm-ups before the first ball is being bowled. Usually here in Australia, games start at 10 a.m. So we get to the ground at least about, hour and a half before 8:30. I like to get through my warm-ups. Am I warming up correctly is one question you should always be asking. Am I getting the right amount of stretches on? Am I getting the right amount of cardio and the right amount of conditioning before I go into the game? That might look like doing a lap around the oval for some people. Some people might be doing a couple of running sprints to get going for the game. So basically, pre-game routine is quite diverse and it's quite big in a way that it's not specifically just built for one person. Every single person's pre-game routine can be different, but it is important to have one. If you don't have a routine going into a game, there's high chances of you not succeeding during the game. You might bug out by cramping if your hydration isn't on point. If your nutrition isn't great, you might feel weak. That's going to hinder your performance. If you haven't slept properly, again, that's going to hinder your performance. Having a pre-game routine is a must. Now let's talk about post-game routine. Post-game routine for me usually looks like once the game's finished, I always try to get in an ice bath. I get a big bag of ice, dump it in a tub, and I sit there for 10 minutes. I feel like it helps me relax my muscles after a long day. And then looking to rehydrate because I would have lost a lot of electrolytes if I've had a long day on the field. So before game, 2 to 3 liters. After game, at least 2 liters of water before I get to bed. And basically, yeah, so it's nothing too fancy. So these are 3 tips that I feel like a lot of people can benefit from. I know this last one was a little more generic and it's more based on your own experiences and how would you go about it. But I feel like tip 1 and tip 2 are really important if you're looking towards the technical aspects of cricket. Nailing the 1%ers and mastering your basics 100% correlate with each other, but also with your pre-game and post-game routine. Keep nailing those things down, keep getting them right. I guarantee you're gonna find a lot more good days in cricket than bad days. Hope you guys got something out of this video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Try to make videos where I'm sitting down and explaining more of my experiences with you guys and help you better your game alongside with me. So please let me know if you got something out of it. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. See you later. Bye.